Is there for us, Charlotte? When we went back to you last about 40 minutes ago, it was a riotous atmosphere. What's it like now?
Well, it feels much more of a festive atmosphere, people clapping behind me and shouting their slogans. But let me tell you, that belies some of the violence that we've seen in the last hour as clashes have broken out between some of the protesters, a very small number of them, and the police here in Paris. This was meant to be a peaceful protest, a day for civil servants to come out onto the streets to voice their concerns about the reforms to the civil service, to voice concerns about their salary, and also about the fact that President Macron has promised he will cut 120,000 jobs in his first 5 years in office. Instead, it's turned out to be massive confrontations between the police and protesters, which started off with the protesters smashing up shops, as you might have seen there, smashing up bus stops, graffitiing. Then they were setting fire to bins and then throwing some sort of fireworks into the crowds. The police responded with tear gas, and we got caught up in that tear gas. This is one of around 130 protests taking part nationwide in France on this day of solidarity between the unions. 9 unions getting involved, who represent about 5.7 million workers here in France. But again, that idea of voicing their concerns on the street has been hijacked once more by the violence that we've seen from a small number of protesters. Some of those protesters we've also seen being taken away by the security services here. They've been manhandled pretty nastily, and we saw some of the protesters actually being injured in some of those clashes. One man about an hour ago was sitting down on the side of the street. He was receiving medical attention because he had blood dripping down his face. As I said, a number of people have already been detained. This protest looks like it's nowhere near to completion, and the police are in the streets, out in force, surrounding, waiting to clamp down once again if any more violence happens here.
Yeah, it does seem to be following a similar pattern in recent months. Starts peaceful, then turns into the scenes that we've been looking at. Charlotte Dubinsky live in Paris. Thanks, Charlotte.
Yes, Brakate Yahawa, Brakate O'Shea, Brakate Yahawa, Brakate O'Shea, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahushai. First and foremost, want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well at great millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiums and the folk on the earth who push in this gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom. We want to say Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahushai. You know, the Most High bringing hell on our enemies. You know, because you French, right? You Edomites, with the French, you Edomites, you know, you did us a lot of evil. You did a lot of evil to the Levites, which is the so-called Asians today, right? You do a lot. You Edomites do a lot of wickedness to our people, right? To the nation of Israel also, right? Which is the so-called Negroes, Latin, Native American, Indian. So the Most High recompensing you, devil. That's why they got uproar in your land. You know, the Most High visiting you heathen nation now, right? You heathen nation gonna feel the curses. The Most High is gonna put these curses on you heathen nation, right? But this is also prophecy, right? This is also prophecy, right? Yahweh prophesied about this 2,000 years ago, and the angel also tell Ezra, yo, when you see measure the time diligently in itself, and that's how we measure the time. This is the signs, and that's how we measure the time that the Heavenly Father visiting the world that He made, and He can bring hell, He can bring evil on you wicked motherfuckers, right? Once again, He said, Kahal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, see we enemy crumbling right before our face, right? You understand? The Most High got His angel working on your leader's mind. You know, to even say you're gonna cut 120,000 jobs by now in 2022, right? So you get some precepts that edify the church of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And he shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that he be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. Right? He said, for nation shall rise up against nation, kingdoms against kingdom. Right? And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places. Right? So these are things that we see in nation rising up against nation, kingdoms against kingdoms. Right? We see, all right, and there shall be famine. Famine right now in Venezuela, Puerto Rico, certain part of Africa, certain part of Gaza. I said let's brush across the article and said that you know they're lacking food over there right now, right? So the Heavenly Father bringing hell on our enemies, right? You understand? And you so-called Venezuelan and Puerto Rican, you are Israelites, and the Most High judging you for your wickedness, right? I think I missed something. Let me see. I think I missed. Right? Yeah. So you know, there's our Lord and Savior say, right? So we hearing about wars and rumors of war, kingdom against kingdom, right? This is second is just 9:1, right? He said he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And how we measure the time by watching the news and see what's going on and filter it through the scriptures, which the prophecy was prophesied before. And that's how we measure it, by looking at the news, as our beloved elder Apostle Tahar said, watch the news. You know, watch all the news, keep watching the news, and that's how we can measure the time. Right? He said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before. So we see the sign, right? And this is it, you know. He said, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquake and uproars of the people in the world, and we see this uproar all over, people protesting, Salakia, people protesting because the so-called politician, they realize that, yo, these men is a big fraud. You know, these men ain't got no time with them, so they put a trust in man. So the scripture said, "Chorus be the man that trusted in man." Right? So this is sign that we see in the uproar, right? And the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, He bringing hell on our enemies, right? You know why? Because the sincere brother is starting with our elder beloved Apostle Tahar, you know, and the other apostles and the elders, you know, the sincere Akiums across the globe. Yo, we crying out to the Heavenly Father. We crying and saying of all the abomination that done in the earth. So our Father, He can answer us and He can do things. And that's why we see in all these things, right? The Heavenly Father ain't no joke. He ain't playing with His people, right? He ain't playing because y'all talking a lot of shit against his messenger that He sent, you know. And a lot of you tutors going to be destroyed because you're not taking heed, right? He said, then shalt thou understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which He made. And this can happen everywhere that you Jakes dwell. And you Jakes, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latin, Native American Indian, you dwell in the four corners of the earth, right? Therefore, when they shall see an earthquake and uproar of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand. Hear the Most High say, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High speak of those things from the day that were before, even from the beginning, even from the beginning. So the Most High said these things gonna happen, right? Then shalt thou well, Salakia, verse 5, for like as all that is in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. The end of you devil rulership. You understand? The end of you devil rulership. Because the Israelite gonna rule next. Right? Verse 6, he said, even so the time also of the highest have plain beginning in wonders and powerful works, and ending in effect of signs. So these are the signs that our enemy going down. Right? These are the signs that our enemy going down. Right? This is Ecclesiastes, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and start from verse 14. It said, woe to them, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with sword in their hand. And this is the race war. And we see something similar in France Day. We see these heathens going against these heathens going against heathens, right? This will be seen in France Day, and I think it's coming. This is going to be in America too. When they start cutting off your food, when they start cutting off your jobs, when you can't eat, you can't pay your bill, you people gonna lose it, right? Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes. They don't got no time with Macron, Emmanuel Macron, the president of France. They ain't business about he, right? They ain't business about the police, right? And this we see right there, right? It said, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor prince, and the course of their action shall stand in their power, right? And this we can see around the world. This is what coming. We in the season of uproar among the nation and war against and rumors of wars and war and kingdoms against kingdom, right? We in this season, World War III, right? This is the falling of Rome, which is not anymore Mystery Babylon to the hope for the elect, right? But this is Babylon the Great falling, right? Babylon the Great falling. You so-called white people, the kingdom divided. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua divide the kingdom. That's why the EU against the US right now. So this is beautiful to see this here. This is beautiful. Our praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? He said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And this when all hell gonna break loose, right? With race war, martial law, when all hell break loose. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The Most High can bring trouble to a city because the people pride, right? The prideful. He said, a house shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Yeah, because what? Because they're hungry. So whatever food you got to defend it. For the sincere man, the Lord, we don't have to go through this. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is a man, the word, he's going to take care of us. Right? He said, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And this is the time that we're coming into, right? So this one, do a little lesson on this article, right? Salakia, in that kind of Yeah, just want to do a little lesson on this article. You know, to edify the church of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, we seen in France, it gonna be all in the islands too. When they start sending home workers and they start cutting your pay and things start going up and you can't afford to pay your rent, your bills, you can't get a meal to eat, you people out there gonna lose it because you people have no faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So you people gonna lose it, right? So with that, hope this lesson is edifying. I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well a great stone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiums in the four corners of the earth to pushing the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom. We soon home. We soon gonna be home. Akiums. Shalom.